the Mool Mantra for success is determination. And determination can come with new words, new roots, new vocabulary. And that is why every day, your 15 minutes, we grab it. Yes, because we give you the wonderful analysis of Hindu vocabulary. The words for today. Yes, all set? With your pen and paper, be ready. This was the last words we did yesterday, that is conformity, and I asked you to mark it out with the preposition with. You have to keep in mind the preposition with along with it, right? And I move on to the words for today. I read it in one of the analogies. Please note this wonderful analogy and you'll really appreciate this. Campfire, see, campfire, right, is to, you have this relation is to, what is it? Conflagration. Can you tell me which type of analogy is it? This is a degree relation. What does it mean? This also means fire, this also means fire. This is a less fire, this is a more fire. The intensity varies. Like the same relation, surprise is to shock. The same relation like hill is to mountain. Or the relation statement is to exclamation. And the last one, which is related with you, so that you are in ecstasy with your selection, that is too much of happiness. See, campfire is little bit of fire, conflagration is a huge fire. Same way, surprise and too much of surprise is shocking. Hill is to a higher form, mountain. Statement is to explanation, joy is to ecstasy, and hot, tepid is too hot. This was in NLU Jodhpur paper, tepid is too hot. See how I've linked the word for you. That is such an interesting thing. This is conflagration, a huge fire. Extensive fire which destroys a great deal of property or land. Ignition, fire, combustion. Arson or incendiary. See, incendiary is something which causes fire. Something which causes fire. Like we have this, what I was talking of, incense sticks. You've seen that agarbatti incense sticks? That is something which causes fire. Next word with the root ko. I hope you've noted it down wonderfully. Okay. With the root ko here, in the sense of togetherness, working again and again. So, concede is admit or agree to someone, you accept it. Acquiesce, see the word AC root, agree. Acquire, that is acquire to something, that is acquiesce. Admit or agree that something is true, something is right. Denying and then resisting it, admitting it, acknowledging it, accepting it. Something which is right, you don't deny that it is wrong. This is the word concede. So, you concede with me? Yes? Okay, wonderful. Comply, as I was discussing with you, that you comply with the things, that means you agree to someone's views or viewpoint as per the other person wants. So, we do accord to. See the chord root which agrees to your mind or heart. Chord is heart. Every preposition varies, meaning remains the same. You have to complacent with, self-satisfied with whatever you achieve. So, this is according to act as per the wish or demand, abide by the rules of the constitution, obey. I just want to point out the importance of preposition that changes and is seen in these words very carefully. When you have comply, you have a preposition with. You have a concede, you have a preposition to. Acquiesce, you have a preposition to. Abide, you have by. Accord, to, and complacent with. Although all the meanings are the same, vocabulary is the same, the words and the prepositions vary. Next word, when I want to take this, I would talk of one of the very famous idioms in English. Very, very famous. What is it about? Rest on one's Laurels means whatever you have achieved, you're happy with it. Happy with your achievement. That is complacent, showing smug. This is not a positive word, please note. You should be satisfied, but this is too much of satisfied. See, India won the World Cup in 1983 and they put that trophy in the showcase, and after that they do nothing. So, what would happen? The stagnation would destroy them. Anybody who is stagnant would never be able to move further in life. The stagnation kills us. Don't do that stagnation. Don't be complacent with your achievement, because this satisfaction will make you feel you've done enough. No, learning is a continuous process. It goes on whole life. So showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or one's achievement, you are smug or self-satisfied, you are pleased with oneself, proud of oneself, you are self-approving, self-congratulatory, self-admiring, self-regarding, or it is glutton. You are happy with what you have done, you are happy or satisfied with the things. The opposite will be dissatisfied, humble, not the same. Self-satisfied and not satisfied at all. So, this is not, I repeat again, a positive word. Next word is communal. Communal is shared by all the members of the community. It is for common use, shared, joint, common, general, public, collective. Everybody has that. It's a conflict between different communities. Communal rights are very common in India. Communalism is one of the biggest problems we have. Regionalism, communalism, language problem. So it can be a conflict between the two communities, especially those that have different religions or ethnic groups. And ethnic origins and ethnic groups usually have this communalism. So communal is related to a community, shared, and this is something which is common in a particular group of race or ethnic group. Now, the opposite would be very exclusive, very different, individual, unique, one man, one-sided, one way, one single solitary. You have a difference in opinion and you have a similarity. So, you can see the difference in the things, the high and the low, so simple, right? Next word after conflagration is combat. Combat is a fight. Simple word. It is a very simple word which means fight. Hostile relations between two things. Hostility between two things. Enmity towards two things. Controversy between things. A battle, a fight, a feud, enmity, animosity, not good relations, not harmonious relations is combat. Don't combat with your friends. You know, make peace with them. See the synonyms of the word. Fighting between armed forces, battle, hostility, conflict, controversy. You can see the contra root coming again and again, that is against. It's a feud. It's a kind of a war. It would be a verbal duel too. Or you could take only the word duel. It's any kind of a fight or a quarrel. It's just a degree relation, nothing much, higher or lower form. Duel, fight, combat. You have a feeling of animosity. It's an enmity feeling, not harmonious or good relations. Right? Combat is done. We've written the list of the words. Okay, because I get aside so that you can write down all the words carefully and clearly. Don't miss any word. Very important for the spelling section, synonym section and the word list. Moving on to next word, collate. Collate is collect and combine together the things. It's an information or data that you gather. It's an amalgamation or a connection of the data that you have. It's gather or accumulate, assemble, combine. Please note the root Greg. that is group. So aggregate, segregate, you see, congregate, it's a collection. Aggregate, what was the aggregate percentage? Very commonly asked question to the students. So that means the sum total of, right? Gather, assemble, combine, collect information, data or anything, that would be collate. The opposite would be separate. What else can you use for separate? Segregate. Right? Okay. Next word is coercive. The word coercive is relating or using force or threats. When you are forcing someone for any kind of a threat, you are insisting or persisting someone that you do something, matlab you are using a bullying attitude. Please note, it's a kind of a bullying attitude. You put the pressure on someone. It's a vehement action. You make them do the work? Yes, vehemently. You are using being very forceful in your attitude. And if the person doesn't do, what do? You threaten the person. You goad the person. Please note the word goad the person. You insist the person to do it. Persist the person, press the person. You know, some parents are very coercive. They force their children to choose the subject of parents' choice. And what happens? The children are never able to live the life as per they want. And this leads to a lot of problems in their life, and that is coercive. Something which is pressing or urgent in it. Next word, cessation. Cessation is the end of something. Okay? Please see the words that I link with this. See, there is one cease, that is to hold, that is to stop, that's the same cessation, right? Don't confuse the two, both pronunciation the same. Cease, that is end or stop something. So when we have a termination, a stopping and halting of something, the word halt means what? You stop. See, the word thivat is used in the same context. We have one of the famous idioms, put spoke in somebody's wheel, stop the execution of a plan. I write it down. Put spokes in the wheel. Thivat, the execution of a plan. Stop something to happen, that is the word we can use for cessation, ending or termination something. If you stop that thing, you cease that thing, you don't allow that thing to happen, that is cessation. The opposite is continuation, you allow that thing to happen. Conundrum is a situation which is characterized by instability and strong emotions. It's a large metal pot with a lid and handle used for cooking over an open fire. You've seen, it's a conundrum is huge fire and you're unstable. See, if we take in situation form, it's strong emotions, very unstable and strong emotion. And it's a metal pot, lid on cover, and you cook it, more often found in the rural areas where you find it, right? Your mind can be a storehouse of knowledge if you assemble all the words and read them. Make sentences, keep doing it. Who says you can't do it? You're not lacking in anything. You will really do it, and you will really be able to rise like a phoenix, right students? Like and comment. Thank you.